they'll be calling you a radical. I take a break from mowing my own lawn with a pacemaker, open heart surgery. Fuck. You know, I hired some people to do it, but they don't show up, and they suck anyway. So, TikTok, Diablo Canyon Clock. So there's a great new series out, the local television station in San Luis Obispo. Been doing a great piece, and they interviewed the incredible, great Jane Swanson, who's one of my favorite people in the world. She stayed true to this fight her entire life. Every time I show up down there to a hearing or, walk with the monk, whatever, all these years, she's always there. All the Mothers for Peace, I love them. Linda, whatever. Jane's in the interview. She reminds me a lot of Freedom Eisenblau. She reminds me a lot of my grandma. Nothing but integrity. Stays true. By the way, I think she plays an instrument in the California Philharmonic. And by the way, that's my favorite album, I think, of all time. Rumors? Oh, that's up there. No. Boston? Oh, yeah, no. Metallica? 1999, S&M. She's in that orchestra. So, take a break. So, the series is pretty good. But they don't talk about the earthquake danger. Now, there's been lots of work done on the San Andreas Fault, the two faults that are there, lots of work done. And TikTok, Lessons from Fukushima Unlearned. It's well documented that it's statistically 99.6% in our lifetimes of having a major quake, because we haven't had a major quake on that fault line. Average quake there 100 years. We're 150 something. And so we haven't had a big one in California since 76, I think. What about the one in San Francisco? What was that, 1905, whatever? I mean, the one that the tsunami hit there and killed people in Dana Point, washed up. I was in Alaska. What year was that? 61, right after I was born. TikTok. When that happened on New Year's Eve on 2005, that fucking thing was so wicked. They called it the earthquake of a millennium. It was almost Krakatoa style. I mean, obliterated, just took out whole. We have no idea how many it killed, because it just whole groups of people just wiped out. Then what? Just 6 years later, it happens again. Fukushima, Japan. That quake, holy shit! It's so violent it shook the axis of the earth. And nuclear reactors on the Ring of Fire. Oh, there's a great idea. Who does that? So they don't talk about it. Then they interview, the mucks from inside. Now let's talk about this. There's money they make. Of course, there's just like the professors. That's why Blanch went rogue. That's why I went rogue. So, what's with the beanie and the heavy sweatshirt? Because I'm working out in the yard. I grew up in this hot, incredible desert. And I was an exterior stucco guy for all those years. If a guy shows up in the heat, whatever, at work, and he's, in his golf shorts or whatever, don't hire him. Anybody who's worked in the exterior trades here, they know. You'll see them show up 110 degrees with thick jackets, this thick, beanies, safety glasses, gloves. This is the only way you survive in this heat, I'm telling you. So I'm working out here. So I want to show you some of my survival techniques. As you know, I got AML leukemia in 2011, given 2 months to live. And did all that walking with him to Diablo Canyons. Love that guy. All those Mothers for Peace. What fantastic people. They stayed true. I've been in this fight my whole life. I never took the flowers in my hair and traded it for a shiny coffin up and down the 5 or I-15 for your mortgage matching on the hill. Not me. Same with the mother. So back to Jane. She plays in that orchestra. So I think she's probably in that video when they cut that album. Metallica. Where's your no-leaf floor cover? Oh, there's one. Why are they no-leaf clovers? Because these nuclear monsters have tore the leaves off. Where's your crown? All you pro-nukers. Gavin, and you lobbyists, where's your crown? You don't talk about that. It takes $4.4 million a day in California subsidy. Well fucking documented by the California Budget Office on this $4.4 million a day of California subsidies alone. Start copping the billions of dollars of federal subsidies. It's on the TikTok, Lessons from Fukushima Unlearned. So what does that song say? You know, there's a light in the tunnel. That's what nuclear is. It's so comforting. It's something that should not be. Something that should not be. Nuclear energy. I saw Metallica at Weber State, 98. It's like the end at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And the lightning tore in. Lightning was striking. And a big thunderstorm rolled through. They went out in the trail. Everybody thought it was over. Everybody left. Well, they came back. They played the whole set. There couldn't have been 1,200 people left. It was, well, it was incredible. But, you know, where's your crown? All you fuckers. And you artists, and how come you didn't take this on? You know? We've always supported you guys. You just don't support. I mean, nobody supports me. Well, Mothers for Peace either. They support themselves. They're incredible. I love them. You know, what a metaphor. You know, TikTok, DIABLO, Lessons from Fukushima. So I want to show you part of my survival technique. So and by the way, I'm so tired right now. It's so hot and so incredible thirsty. I've been mowing for 3 hours. Somebody borrowed me a self-propelled. So I do have a self-propelled mower. I couldn't mow it without. I have a pacemaker. I had open heart surgery this year. Give it 2 months to live. That's my second go around. So I switched my diet again. So I'm back on, not this fruit, fresh fruit. I'm really eating a lot of fresh fruit. And I went back to my cancer diet. When I had leukemia and I came out of the bone marrow transplant center, I never had a hamburger for 7 years. You know, I had some protein issues, but I was getting it. I eat this pico they brought in. The market guy, my acute knows me when it was Smith's before Kroger bought it and ruined it. We're bringing this pico with the heavy pepper in it from Arizona, fresh made. Bring it in and I drink it. You see it, and then I eat avocado every day. I eat bananas every day. I used to eat like a monkey and act like one too. Survive this. I did this without a transfer. I'm one of the first ones in the history of the planet to do this without a transfer. At AML Denugo with a marker for unsurvivable. 44 of us in that unit LDS. I'm the only one left alive, including look up Marshall Jensen. He's in the room next to me. Probably the most famous. I love that guy. Talk about the pioneer. You know, 27 years old, little child. Talk about heartbreaking. One of my close best friends, Paul, right here with me. Winchester, I love that guy. Drove by this. I went over to see his grave the other day. Wow. So anyway, Carla from here, Kevin and Carla. What a gem that woman was. Nancy. All those people were so special. Only the good die young. We talked about this yesterday. One of the survivors, there's a kid who's really radical. I mean, he's way worse than me as far as intensity. He says, Blanch, don't you get it? You know why you and I are the only ones? You and Brian? We're the only 3 in the history of this survived this fucking bone scrapes. I mean, this guy, he says, don't you get it? Oh, I get it. I got it. And he says, no, this is hell. Don't you see? They're not letting us out. It's true, only the good die young. We ain't good. I'm starting to agree with him. What's his name? The native elder told me everything you've been through for all these years, you're being punished. I says, yeah, I must have done something real fucking bad. So I met this guy on the plane flying to Eugene on the second anniversary of Fukushima doing that work when all those activists that baited me in and just, that was all, they were all paid. You do know they were all paid to team me up. Oh boy, that's been proven by me. Or that now. Stole my radio show, took everything from me, ruined the whole movement. They were paid to do that. Free radicals, they're supposed to. So anyway, I get real tired every morning. I mean, especially in those days. But I'm back to it again. And I take this. I met him on the plane to Eugene, and he's their rep. And we had a long conversation. You know, we're originally carrot farmers. He showed me we went up to the giant greenhouse. It's covered, and he said, no, this is the shit. You know, they had the beet juice too until Kroger's bought Smith's and ruined it. So they quit bringing the pico. They quit bringing this. They quit bringing the beet juice. I was on the beet juice every day. So I went down and talked to him at Macy's. This young man, I says, hey, you know, I talked to him about this. I'll see what I can do. He had it in there within 2 days. You know, there's people that care. So there's no beet juice in this town. I'm looking at trying. There's some diluted stuff that's watered down, whatever, but natural foods I've been drinking a little bit. But, you know, at the rancho, it's got some, but I don't know. So I get real thirsty, which I am right now, really thirsty. I'm sweating, I'm really tired. I mean, hot. Nectar of the gods. I sat right there by that old potato digger that was my great-grandfather's, my grandfather's, my father's. This was a big potato farm right here. Organic tomatoes in this mega welfare dairy. Now they drain the marsh. It was beautiful. My dad was famous. His name was Digger. He was incredible. This dude was so good looking. My mom, the famous pinup artist from Woodbury, she was something else. La Jolla, tennis playing mom. Here she is with her pinned up hair and her print beautiful dress, canning stuff. They rarely went to the store, my mom and dad. They raised everything. I mean, they didn't call themselves organic in those days. Hey, Kevin, go out and dig up some of those new potatoes you like. And those peas that you picked the other day, and I'll make you some of those new potatoes and cream peas you like so much. Go get some of that zucchini out there. Make sure they're little ones, whatever. I'll batter them like you like with lots of heavy pepper on. Oh, yeah. Go get some of those T-bones down there this big. How many you might have? Go get 4 or 5 of them. How many you want? That's all. I maybe 2 this thick with his Anaheim peppers. Lots of pepper. And I'll just sit there and feast. I mean, that's how I grew up. That's how I live. But these mega welfare dairies don't even own anything. The state's empowered. I backhand his migrant worker for asking for his check. Not just this guy's 300-pounder who's committed hundreds of felonies. Nothing. And I'd never believed this corruption. Somebody told me, oh, he was here first. Go to the cemetery. The Shoshone was here first. My family was the very first ones here. Go look at the cemetery, his last name. You know. So, TikTok, Diablo Canyon clock. How come you're not talking about the earthquake risk? Yeah. It's only a matter of time. It's not if, it's when. You know, it's like these psychopaths who built these nuclear reactors at Fukushima. I remember, you know, the Lawrence Livermore Lab, all that protest. Yo, Kamala Harris's mom worked there. She's the epidemiologist there. She got cancer young and died. All these people don't care. I think about Bo Biden. Where do you get depleted uranium? They sprayed all over. You know, the burn pits. Where do you think that all came from? Nuclear energy. Which came first, the nuclear energy reactor or the bomb? You have to have the nuclear energy to get the depleted uranium. That's where they make all this shit. Why phosphorus spraying it all over? These people don't even care. Kill their own loved ones. Barack Obama's mom died so young. You don't think the downwinder, you think it stopped in the Four Corners area on the Colorado, Utah, freaking New Mexico, Arizona corner? You know, go right across there to Kansas. I mean, my God. So the government studies, my dad, they nuked to death in a Nevada test site, killed him. Died in the prime of his fucking life. My mom never recovered. Nobody did. How can you recover? Watch the guy in the prime of his life, somebody so organic, so fucking true, so clean, and so fucking good, be mowed down. Only the good die young. Jane's a gem, man. So Mothers for Peace, I mean, we do everything we can. You know, I've been in this my whole life. We got Senate office shit down, and these idiots that make the document, they don't even know what I met them at Diablo. They showed up one time. Fucking freaks. You know, they're bull profiteers. So the chair of despair. Ooh. TikTok, Diablo Canyon clock. Ooh, oh, that juice tasted good. So I'm going to go back to my old diet. I already have. I'm having blood pressure issues out of nowhere. I'm getting that age, you know. Yeah. I got to get cleaner on my food, so I'll go get some fresh fruit. Start eating. I had to bulk back up because I was depleted. I got down to 119 with the chemo, and that had to mitigate that. Then my heart, the chemo that I had, I was going to die. So a Hail Mary. Took out my gallbladder, ruptured, almost died that on Earth Day 2018. 2017, 2016, my heart's failing. I'm telling everybody they've kicked me off Medicaid. I was a millionaire when I got sick. I forked it over and nobody would treat me. Michael Hognog and Rachel told me to go see my dentist, which my teeth were going one by one. Dentist wouldn't even see me. I'd have to go to the clinic, and pay to have one pulled after another. Oh, it was horrible. I remember a woman came into my room. She says, "You're a AML Leukemia survivor, huh?" I said, "So far." She says, so am I. She says, "Let me give you some advice. Go get all your teeth pulled now." She says, "Don't fight it." No, I got perfect teeth. Well, I fought it. Fuck, one after another. It was so fucking horrible. And then, of course, my gallbladder ruptured. Almost killed me. No fucking safety net. Mike Lee, after I forked over $1 million. When I'm in the unit, he kicked me off. They were supposed to remove my gallbladder because I was in so much gallbladder pain. And then my heart valve failed. I was born with a heart murmur anyway, but the chemo exerted. I collapsed right here in the yard. I got up to the hospital, and they're like, "Get in a wheelchair. Emergency open heart surgery made. Mayday, 2017. Almost killed me." I never felt like it worked. So I'm out tide pooling, doing all that work right there. I mean, some of the best tide pools, some of the best ecology is right there at Diablo. I mean, that bay, fuck. That bay, well, the Shumash used to call it the mother's heart. That's what they call it. Remember, I used to do blue hearts on Mother's Day there? And, they were out before. Do you know why it's called Diablo? So when the Spanish killers showed up, and that's all they were, these European fucking monsters that have fucking done this, these imperialists. When they got here, they're telling the Chumash what they're going to do to them. So the Chumash, they would take boats all the way from Canada, their canoes, that big one that's in Teddy's house in New York that hangs from the ceiling. That's where it came from. Hollowed out redwoods. They would float all the way down, all the way from, the Baja, San Diego, all up and down. They would meet right there in the bay because it was so plentiful for food. I mean, fucking, you name it. I mean, fuck, I have photographs of pelicans, whales, fucking, you name it, all right there. I mean, what a fucking incredible piece of ecology. And they would meet there for months. Then they would have plays. They would do plays. They're very sophisticated. I used to play in the wigwams down here. And I'm going to tell my grandma one day, I says, right here, "Grandma, they look like people's houses. I play in them down there. They're called dirt dugouts." And they says, "Oh, the early Mormons lived in them." And I says, "Well, what?" She says, "Those were people's houses." And I says, "Was it our aunt?" No. So the people that came here, they stole those. There were natives' houses. The natives had a very sophisticated culture. I'm like, and then she told me the story. I'm like, I was just a little guy. What? We came here and stole their houses and put them on a reservation? And how long they lived here? Thousands of years. Oh my gosh. She says, "I didn't do it." Me neither. And I'm like, fucking violated me. It used to be such a beautiful ecology right there. I was lucky to grow up right here and in San Diego on the marsh before it was gone. It was simply as beautiful, like there at Diablo. So when the Chumash got the Spanish killers, Cabrillo, fucking freaks. Right as they're telling them what they're going to do to them, an earthquake hit, bad one, and tsunami. That's why the Spaniards named it Diablo. Comprende? No comprende? Huh. See. Hola my ass. So everything in California is named after the Spanish fucking evil. And they're fucking evil. You know, this was Mexico when the Mormons got here. Even the Mexicans kicked them out. But what a fucking nightmare. Diablo Canyon, TikTok. Thank you, Jane, for all your incredible work. And how come you guys aren't talking about the fucking earthquake risk, let alone the economics? California producing more solar a day than that. They have nowhere to put it because it's being blocked by pieces of shit like John Coltrane Curtis here, and that piece of shit Mitt Romney, and that piece of dog shit Mike Lee. And that's what they are. I know Levin personally. I've worked with him. We're trying to get the Senate out there. Oh, by the way, the Feds yesterday okayed the pad. That's about the umpteenth time. There's so many lawsuits. I wrote the list on priority. on where the waste. I'm the guy that wrote that list. I do all this. I'm the keynote speaker. You think that's irony that I'm the keynote speaker in every single fucking hearing? You think that just happens? No, I built up my credibility over the fucking many years. I'm invited to be the first one up. You know, the generator to come in here for Santa Ana, I'm the guy that shot not KSL from hell. You know, not all these fucking. No, that's me. Go fucking ask people. I fucking speak them the keynote speaking in these luxury hotels. These guys are staying in $500, $600, $800 a night fucking hotels. Bring the kids, go to SeaWorld. Fucking me, you can ride on fucking Free Willy's back. You know, the dead well starvation, all the work that I've done. Then I sleep on the beach in my sleeping bag. That's just a fact. I got to tell you the story about Diablo. Jules picked me up one time there and was helping me out. We went to get some food at the market, you know. I was doing some work. I was staying at Pismo for the anniversary of Fukushima, doing work with Mothers for Peace. We're at a market. And she says, Kevin, I grew up in, you know, San Simeon. You know, there's not, San Simeon's a gym. The whole Central Coast is a fucking gym. And she's like, that's Patty Hearst right there. I know her personally. I grew up with her. You want to go talk to her, meet her? Yeah. So we went over there and she's pushing her car like a little old grandma. Bye, Jules. Hi, Patty. Hey, this is Kevin Blanch. He's working to shut down. He's the guy on the shutdown at Santa. He's the Fukushima. He's working to get Diablo Canyon shut down. Oh, that's wonderful. That thing needs to go. You know, that thing, you know, and she says to, right, looks right back. She says, well, you know, he's kind of a radical. Oh, that's so nice. So we left. And I looked at her and I said, did you realize you just introduced me to Patty Hearst as a fucking radical? I said, oh my God, I did. Of course, I see her husband just died of leukemia. So the light at the tunnel. Where's your no-leaf clover? So comforting, so comforting. That's what that song's about. The light's so comforting. Then it talks about there's a locomotive coming for you. What's a locomotive? Cancer. It doesn't care about your socioeconomic status. It doesn't care about fucking anything. I call it the reverse lottery. I was given 2 months to live. Just the fact that I get cancer in 2011. You know, I have 3 radio shows. I'm everywhere. And going to the bone marrow transplant on 11/11/11. The train goes over the Great Salt Lake, or the marsh, or the wetland right here that these freaks drained off illegally. But 2 sets of rules around here. I don't get it. And it's not even social class because this guy's got nothing but fucking pork welfare debt out of the fucking yin yang. I don't know what the deal is. You know, and maybe the prominent religion, well, I'm connected there. I'm Abraham Hunsaker IV's grandson himself. You know, he's on the golden spike, his face. He calls himself the great Mormon socialist, by the way. He required me to learn a trade. I learned to plaster at a young age. I was recruited all these muckmucks. I was recruited at Caltech. I was recruited all over. I went to my local community college because he made me. I'm glad. And I didn't inherit one fucking penny. Nothing. You know, I work for everything I have. Physically. With a hockey trowel in my hand. You know, I was on Wall Street. Fuck, I quit a fucking job that they did. And I was good at what I did. I hedged portfolios in a fucking legitimate way. You know, and then they talk about jobs that they have. Oh, these great jobs. A few mucks with their great job. Well, it's a great job to be fucking Donald Trump's personal attorney, too. Does that mean you do it? It's a great job to be a fucking lobbyist for the DNC. It's a great thing to be a lobbyist, a lawyer for the nuclear industry. I mean, it's got to be more than money. You got to have some integrity in your fucking life. How'd you beat cancer? I'm always asked. So far, I'm a 1%er. I'm in the 1% of the ADS. Fighting against the fuckheads that gave it to me. The Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate. So I wrote the list on the priority list for it to leave and go on the pad. Number 1, Santa Ana. Number 2, Diablo. Most dangerous nuclear reactor on the face of the planet right now? Oh, it's Diablo Canyon. On planet. TikTok. Diablo Canyon clock. I'll come in your series, and I love your series, by the way. I'll post a link. It's good. Thank you. good. It's really good. I like it. And let's talk about the earthquake danger. Don't want to live like a Chernobyl refugee. Don't want to live like a Fukushima refugee. Don't want to live like a Los Angeles, California, Diablo Canyon refugee. What about all the spent fuel? What about the fucking uranium enrichment process? What about the fucking pork? And all we need is the sun. California producing fucking more solar day, they got nowhere to put it because states like Utah should be all solar, all 100%. Block it to who? To protect fucking Warren Buffett owns Rocky Mountain Power here to protect his coal plants. You know, so these puppets here in Utah, including Governor Cox, including John Coltrane Curtis, including Mitt Romney, including Mike Puppeteer Bill Gates and Warren Buffett's puppet. And you don't think he's Warren Buffett's puppet? How about the SMR factory? This is a small nuclear reactor they're going to build in Cameron, Wyoming. Guess who owns that? Oh, Utah Power. Well, who owns Utah Power? It's Rocky Mountain Power. Oh, I get it. Warren Buffett. Then they go play bridge together. You know, fucking Gavin, what a piece of shit. I'll take Arnold over him. And Arnold was something else. I'll take anybody over him. The chair of despair. The fight is the life. 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 Stay tuned. Oh, by the way, before I forget, like right across the street, all that dirt they're seeing dumping, they're bringing it from all over. It's toxic as hell. I've been going to the EPA, and a lot of it came out of the Weber State Pond, which that urban runoff has been tested by Weber State over and over. It's incredibly toxic, and they're putting it right up on the Weaver River, right where you come across there, and they're going to build apartments on it and or houses right here. They're turning it into a super site. Well, this is the same mega welfare dairy fucking creep who would drive a rig around here, a spray rig, with some kind of chemical right on a state road, and I videoed it. I got cancer. My mom got cancer. You know, she recently died. Dean, who lives 2 houses over there, young, really young, got AML leukemia, died. Carolyn, his own mother right there, got AML leukemia, died. You know, everybody here. And that was his own fucking mother. And the EPA won't do anything. Weber County won't do anything. The state of Utah won't do anything. They're just poisonous, which is against federal law, which is against state law, which is against county law. But they won't enforce their own law. It's kind of like a Diablo. Running without a license, it's against the fucking law what they're doing there. The laws don't mean shit when you got fucking the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate. Just like this mega warfare, you can drain off that fucking historic wetland and dump 1,800 cows of fucking cow shit into the fucking Great Salt Lake for fucking 40 years and get away with it. Well, you could backhand a migrant worker in his face for fucking knock his teeth out, ask a 320 pounder for asking for his paycheck. And no charge, and it's videoed. And it's on video. No. Fuck, I would have never believed it in my lifetime. Should I flip the can one more time? The chair of despair, why the fuck not? It's where the wind blows. It's where the water... And I don't like that movie, but I love that fucking song. And I love Roxette's fucking work. And she's so fucking beautiful. You know, I've been in Denmark lots of time. I got Danish roots. You know, she's Swedish, right? Oh, fuck. So beautiful. I was married to a Swedish girl. Woo. So good looking. So fucking beautiful. And she died young of cancer. You do know that Roxette died young of cancer. Really, post-Fukushima. So that's why I use that line. And it's exactly what it is. It is where the wind blows. It's, you know, lessons from Fukushima. Don't drop your dry gas container. I never dropped it when I was fighting leukemia. I never. That's how focused and intense. I think about back when I had cancer, I was like a laser. It's like a big blur to me. I just travel around the world, just so intense, so radical, just hanging on by life, just very alive, no money, no nothing, just so focused, intense, like a laser beam. I must have flipped this can 10,000 times. I never missed it one fucking time. Never once, which blows my mind. garbage dry cast container. I do all the fucking dirty work. But that's okay. The guy who influences the influencers. There has to be somebody like me. If there wasn't, you guys can't wrap your mind around there's a person like me. Oh boy. We'll see. We'll see how this plays out. Thanks, Mothers for Peace. Love you guys. Stay on tennis.